Bioprinting is an extension of regular 3D printing. The only big difference is that bioprinters use living tissues and cells and regular printers use plastic. Bioprinting gives the medical industry the opportunity to create organs specific to each patient, which reduces the risk of organ rejection largely. 3D organ printers are filled with cartridges of bioink and biopaper. Bioink is used to produce tissue and can be made completely out of cells, but usually a gel is added which allows cells to grow. Biopaper is made from gelatin and supports the cell, and at the end of the printing, the paper is melted or removed and new tissue structure is created. In the beginning, the process of printing the organ, a biopsy is required, and MRIs are used to get tomographies that assist in creating a model that outlines where the cells and other parts of the organ should be placed. Additionally, taken into consideration when creating the model is cell growth over time. This is tenfold thicker than engineered tissues that have been previously made, allowing the body to function and to last up to 6 weeks.
Our view is that we'll be able to use 3D printing to generate the architecture for the scaffold. So for that collagen-like material that can reproduce some of that structure, then we would need to put cells in that structure, have them survive and grow, and be able to actually remodel that tissue. So it's kind of like one way to think about it, we use a bunch of analogies that I think can be helpful. So if you're moving to a new city and you buy an empty house, well, you're going to need to fill it up with stuff that makes it more comfortable for you. And if you buy a house that has already been lived in, that already has other people's stuff in it, you might need to remodel that house, right? You got to take out the old stuff and put in new stuff that's going to make you feel more comfortable there.
Bioprinting gives the medical industry the opportunity to create organs specific to each patient, which reduces the risk of organ rejection largely. Bioprinting can be used to print many different parts of the human body, such as live tissue, bone, blood vessels, and human organs. Skin prints would help in a variety of ways, the most prominent being with burn victims. Skin is one of the most suitable things a bioprinter can make, as it has many different layers. Although this is still very far away, there are advancements made every day. Some simpler organs are already possible, like bladders.
A lot of the new developments in the last 10 years have been shown. Actually, one of the Nobel Prizes was given out to a man by the name of Yamanaka, and he showed that you could take adult cells. These are cells that are, it's called terminally differentiated. These are cells that have, they're no longer able to become any cell type. They're cells that are become a skin cell or become a liver cell, or they're very specialized cells.
There are limits to what type of items can be printed. At this point, the printers are only able to make organs and tissues a millimeter thick, which is thinner than most vital organs, such as the heart. Another problem with 3D printing the more complex organs are the features within each organ, like the blood vessels and nerves. It is hard to print these features because of how intricate and small they are.
Beginning, because probably they're going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to produce the first organs that are going to be made this way. But those costs will drop, and eventually when they start saving people's lives, then insurance will start to cover it.
Although 3D organs are a breakthrough, they lack really important parts of the actual organ, such as blood vessels, the tubules that collect urine, and the constant growth of cells. Without these, the organ is basically useless. But with further innovation of the organs, they can possibly be used for human transplants. They are also trying to have the capabilities and equipment to print larger and more important organs, which would improve the transplant wait time.
So there's actually millions of Americans and hundreds of millions of people worldwide that could benefit from the ability to make replacement organs a reality. This would be replacement organs made from their own cells. So the idea would be you would go into the doctor, you would give some of your cells. We're losing cells all the time. Our bodies are just constantly turning over, making more of the scaffold, making more cells. Your blood gets turned over all the time. There's all these things are happening inside your body right now. And if we could just take a small amount of cells out of the body, make that into a whole organ replacement, and then give it back to the patients, the idea is that would, biochemically, that would be identical to you. And so your body would not reject that organ. And then if it did reject it, then you could do it again. You could do it over and over again once we have this all figured out.